So we'll get going in a couple seconds here. As we prepare for movement, come to the front of your chair. We can just work on bringing your posture up tall. So when we think about tall posture, you want your chest forward with your shoulders rolled down. This is kind of our ideal posture. And you want to add not a deep chin tuck, but just a small tuck. Like if someone had a string on the back of your head, they were gently pulling, it would bring your chin in. So holding this posture, keeping our shoulders down, let's start with some overhead reaches with wide fingers, and then fall down to the ground. Then come back up to your seated posture, reach overhead and fall down towards the ground. Letting your back feel a gentle stretch. We'll cycle through that. Take your time coming up, make sure you're not getting dizzy. Overhead reach and forward fold. Come back up, that's 3 out of our 10. Overhead reach, arms come up and forward fold. You can modify how far down you're going. If you have trouble coming back up to sitting, don't go down as far. If you're feeling dizzy, don't go down as far. Overhead reach and forward fold. 5 more. Big reach overhead and down. And reach wide fingers. Exhale, forward fold. Let's do 3 more. Big reach overhead and down we go. 2 more to cycle through. Overhead reach, wide fingers. And last one. Big reach, inhale, exhale, forward fold. And let's cycle into leaning forward with your fingers out wide and then squeezing your shoulder blades back as you sit back up straight. Let's go through this 10 times. Fingers out wide as you reach and squeeze back. 1, out, 2, out, 3, out, 4, out, 5, out, 6, out, 7, out, 8, out, 9, and 10. All right, we're gonna flow through our power moves. So let's refresh of what the moves are, and then we'll put it together in a sequence. So just going through these, I'm not worried about speed, but I want you to really feel the stretch in each movement. So with our power up, leaning down and then squeezing your shoulder blades back, my chest opens and my fingers are wide. Let's cycle through 10. Each time try to stretch a little bit further. Down, 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down, 6, down, 7, down, 8, down, 9, down, 10. All right, moving into the power rock. So down onto one knee and reach up and across, spread your fingers out wide and look up at your hand as you reach. Let that other leg stretch out next to you. So let's cycle through back and forth 10 times. 1, reset in the middle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. moving into our power twist, starting with this wide position. Turn to clap. As you turn, twist that front knee, then open back up. Let's alternate 10 times. 1, open and reset. 2. So now each time try to twist a little bit further. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Last move is our power step. So exaggerating, stepping your foot out and stepping back in together. And go ahead and coordinate those arms as we step. Let's alternate side to side and do 10 times. 1, together. 2, together. 3, together. 4, together. 5, together. 6, together. 7, together. 8, together. 9, together, and 10. All right, let's cycle these together in a flow now. So one move sequenced after another. Let's do 8 rounds. So I'm going to start slow, and I will pick up my speed a little bit after we get into it, but go at your own pace. If my pace is too fast or too slow, just continue sequencing through them one after another. So we'll start with our power up and then move right into the power rock and the power twist and the power step, one after another, but we will do each side. All right, here we go. So coming down into the power up, then I'm going right into the power rock, one on each side, opening up for the power twist, and I'll do one power twist to each side, and then setting up for our power step, one step in each direction. So that was one flow, and we'll start back at the beginning. Down, up, power rock, open, power twist, open, twist, and step out, step out. All right, back to the beginning. Down, up, rock, power rock, open, twist, open, twist, step, together, step, together. Back to the beginning. Down, up, reach, open, twist, open, twist, step, together, step, together. Halfway through, we have 4 more rounds to go. Up, reach, open, twist, step, together, step, together. Down, up, reach, open, twist, step, together, step, together. Down, up, reach, open, twist, step, together, step, together. Last time. Down, up, reach, open, twist, step, together, step, together. All right. So with our intervals today, I have a flexibility circuit and a strength circuit. So we'll start off with the flexibility circuit. The first move I'm going to use my mat for, but you can also do this sitting if you don't want to get down to the ground. So for this move, I'm going to get into a half kneeling position where one knee is down and the other leg is up. And I'm doing a power twist across my body down towards my ankle. And you want to reach with that hand as far as you can where you feel a good stretch. So maybe you don't feel a stretch here at your ankle and you want to reach outside your foot. Face forward so you can see that. So to make my stretch more intense, I can reach further outside of my foot. If even going to your ankle is too much, you can even try to go to your knee. That would be a lesser amount. You can do this move sitting in your chair, reaching down for your foot or to the outside of your foot. And so what I want you to try is alternating sides. So maybe do 3 to one side, 2, and then 3, and then I'll switch and do 3 to my other side. And if I was in kneeling after 3, and start twisting to the other side. So that's our first move. Our second move is a wall angel. So you need some space at a wall, if available. If not, you can just do it standing or sitting. So I want to try to bring my shoulders so that they're back touching on a wall. And I'm going to let my arms come up. And then I'm going to slide my elbows down along the wall while trying to keep my back still touching the wall. So you're really going to feel an opening in your shoulders as you come down like that. So come down as far as you can and then stretch back overhead. So the goal is to keep your arms touching the wall while you do that, but it's hard. It takes a lot of extension in your back. And then our last mobility exercise is doing extension over the back of the chair. I'm just turning so you can see me sideways. So with my arms crossed, I'm going to do an arch over the back of my chair. Make sure that you keep your chin tucked as you do it. Don't let your chin hang way back as you go. So just opening here, getting more motion at the back, and you'll feel it on a really specific part of your back where the top of the chair is hitting. So you can slide down, that'll hit higher up on your back. You can adjust where you're doing it at, where it feels stiff at, where you feel the most stiffness, or where you get most of the stretch. So we're going to warm up with those 3 flexibility exercises. We're going to go 2 times through with 1 minute on, 30 seconds off. And I'm not going to take a break in between the 2 rounds. So we're going to go through both sets just with those 30-second rest breaks. So we'll get started either with the half kneeling on the ground or sitting in your chair, reaching that ankle, your hand towards your opposite ankle. Your choice. And let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to do 3 twists down towards this ankle, always resetting in between, and then I'll switch my legs. Each time trying to stretch a little bit further. And after I get 3, switch sides. So find a spot that feels like a good stretch for you, whether it's at your ankle, outside your foot, or maybe even higher up your leg. Always resetting that posture, coming back to a neutral position. 10 seconds left to go. All right, and rest. So we'll come up to standing to do our wall angels. So find a spot, if available, at your wall. If not, you can just do these standing or sitting. So I want my back touching the wall, and I'm going to start with my arms overhead and my arms touching the walls. And let's begin. So elbows come down, and then slide your arms back up. Elbows come down, squeezing your shoulder blades as you bring the elbows down. So we're feeling a big stretch in our upper back with this, and also in our shoulders, helping our shoulder flexibility to help reach behind our head, to wash our hair, or to wash the back of your neck. Looking good, 25 seconds to go. Try to keep contact at least on the back of your hand on the wall. 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, and 1. All right, so we're gonna move into our back extension over the chair. And take your time going through these. Really make sure that you're feeling the stretch. Don't rush through them or go quickly. About 10 seconds, then we'll get started with this one. Arms are crossed. I'm going to keep my chin tucked while I arch back over the top of my chair. Going slow, really trying to feel a stretch as you come back. And then you can slide down and hit different parts of your back. You don't have to stay in the same spot. You may notice that you feel more pressure or more tightness in a certain area, and maybe you want to spend more time there. About 20 seconds left. Last one, and rest. We're going back to either the seated twist towards the ankle or doing that in a half kneeling position. So either way, go ahead and get set up for that next movement. We have one more round through each of these. Really getting our body prepared for our movement today. These are all great stretches that may be good to do in the morning if you're feeling stiff, to help prepare your body for moving for the day. All right, let's get started. 3 twists and then switch sides. Always resetting that posture in between.
Hey, Katie, is there any significance to the 3 in this stretch?
No, not at all. I was just thinking, because I want you to get both sides, but you'll probably get less if you're switching every time. So I just picked 3 ambiguously. Five seconds left. All right, rotate back to our wall angels. $20 seconds to get ready.
Katie,
Uh-huh.
is the small of your back supposed to be touching the wall?
No, the smaller probably will not be able to.
Okay, good.
Think about your shoulders or backs of your, like the back of your shoulders or back of your elbow touching it. All right, let's get started. Yeah, with the curve of our back, it will probably be close to impossible for the small of your back. You'll probably just feel your hips and like the back of your elbows. Good clarification. So dropping those elbows down, stretch back up. Really squeeze your shoulder blades as your elbows come down, like you're pinching your shoulder blades together. Halfway done. Nicely done. Last 10 seconds. All right, shake the arms out. We're getting ready for the seated back extension. That's the last one of this flexibility circuit that we'll do. Then we'll move on to some strength. About 10 seconds to get ready. All right, chin is tucked, arms are crossed. Here we go. So cycling through these slowly. Make sure you're feeling a good stretch each time you arch back. Something you can try later with this is rolling up a towel and putting a towel right at the back of your chair there, and that towel will help you get different sections of your back too. About halfway done, feel free to move around on the chair to hit a different part of your back. Last 5 seconds. All right. So we're done with that first interval. I'm going to explain our next few exercises here. We're moving on to a strength circuit. So I'm going to use my weights for these. The first one we're going to do is a bent over fly. So I'm going to kind of hinge my hips backward into an arched position. My arms stay straight, and I'm going to let my arms come back and down slow. So I'm sticking my hips back. Make sure that you're not bent over, but that you're keeping your back flat as you do this. So working on our posture muscles here. And there's a little bit of bend in my knees too. Option to do with that one is doing one arm at a time and leaning over so that you can support yourself. And just doing one arm at a time like this. Elbows stay straight. Next one we'll do is a squat to press. So I'm going to keep my weights right at my shoulders for this second one. I'm going to sit back into a squat, and as I come up, a shoulder press overhead. So squat, come up and press. And see if you can start to move your arms as you push up from the squat, so that when my legs start to straighten out, I'm pushing my arms up too. If you need to separate them, that's a great option to do it as well. And the same with that one, you could feel free to do one hand at a time so that you can hang on to a chair. And the last one we'll do is a reverse lunge with a chest press. So I'm just going to use one weight for this, and I'm going to step back into a lunge. So step back, and as I lunge, I'm going to press my arms out, come back in, and switch legs. So step back, press and lunge, step in together. Your option is to do this hanging on to the chair, and it'll show sideways so you can see as well. So I'm hanging on with one hand, step back, as I lunge, press my arm out, and then step in. If you want support from both of your hands as you do any of these, for the squat or the lunge, you could hold on with both hands to have support of both of your hands for that. So we'll do the same pattern, 1 minute on, 30 seconds off. We're going to cycle through 2 rounds before we take our break again. So go ahead and join me in standing. At any times, if your shoulders are getting tired throughout this, feel free to drop your weight and see if you can just do the movement without the weight for any of these exercises. All right, got 1 minute coming up. Here we go. So my hips are bent back, and I'm doing that bent over row. So yep, my back stays flat as I do this move. Squeezing your shoulder blades together. Make sure to keep your core muscles tight, drawing your belly button in towards your spine so that you're not keeping all that pressure on your back. Looking good, we're halfway through. And with all of these strength moves today, I want you to focus on going slow to control the movement as opposed to rushing through it. 20 seconds left. Five, four, three, two, and one. All right, stand up, shake it out. Next, we have our squat to press. So catch your breath and get set up for that next one. And if you're staying in your chair, you could focus on this overhead press. And you could coordinate it with a glute set. So squeezing your hip muscles while you press overhead if you're staying in your chair. All right, here we go. Sitting your hips back, come up and press. And again, if you can combine those movements together, try that. Where as I come up from the squat, I start my press. Squat, press. Looks good. 1 minute here. Make sure that you're taking your time as you're going through this to control your movement. Good job, halfway done. Keep your chest up as you squat so that your hips are going back. 15 seconds left. Three, two, and one. Good work. 30 seconds to rest, and then we're doing our backward stepping lunge. I'm just going to use one hand or one weight for my chest press so that I can hold on to the weight with both hands. But you could also do it with two hands. And as you press, keep your thumbs up. If you're doing it with one weight, turn the weight over so you're holding it in both hands. About 5 seconds to get ready. We're doing our backward stepping lunge with a press. So backward step, lunge, and step together. And then alternate legs. Backward step, lunge and press, step together. Step, lunge. Step, lunge. That looks good. And same thing with the lunge, keeping your chest up, forward, back is straight. Over halfway done. Nice job. Last few lunges. And rest. All right, we have one more round through each of those. We're going back to the beginning. After this 30-second break, we're starting again with our bent over fly. So if that felt too heavy with the weights, you can do just the movement without. If it felt easy, you could try going up in your weight. Make it feel like a challenge for you. Couple seconds to get ready here. Remember, my hips are back, my core is tight. Elbows stay straight as we begin here. Looks good. Biggest thing as you fatigue, really make sure that you're keeping your belly button tight towards your spine, keeping that core tight as you get tired so that you don't lose form. Halfway done. Good job. Last 10 seconds. and rest. All right, 30 seconds and we'll get set up for our squat and press. Your options are with or without weight, or with support standing next to you or not. Remember, if you're sitting in your chair, you want to combine that overhead press with a glute set, where you're squeezing or tightening your bottom muscles and holding that muscle while you're doing the overhead press. All right, let's begin. Squat to press. Try to combine that movement that as you come up from the squat, you're starting your overhead press. My thumbs are pointing backward so that my elbows are forward. Good job, halfway done. Keep up the intensity, keep up the posture. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Feel free to drop one weight. Our last interval is our reverse stepping lunge with that chest press. Last exercise of our strength circuit. You may choose to do this holding on and just reaching with one hand, up to you. So backward step, lunge and press, step in, alternate legs. Step back, lunge and press, step in. Step back, lunge and press, step in. Looking good. Last strength interval here. Try to coordinate so that as you lunge, you push that weight out in front. Alternating legs, keeping the posture up tall. Good job, 15 seconds left. Three, 2, and 1. All right, good work. Grab some water, take a seat. When you're ready, you can make your way down to the mat. We're going to move on to our prone power moves, or our power moves laying on our stomach. If this bothers your low back, you may want to try it with a pillow underneath your stomach. You can also do these sitting the same way that we were doing these in the warm-up. And I'll give everyone another minute or so to make your way down. Make your way so that on your stomach with your elbows propped up in front of you. So this position is so important for our posture muscles. Parkinson's makes it harder to bring our chest up against gravity, but doing these exercises is strengthening all the muscles on the backside of your body. So for our first power move, You start with your elbows out to the sides and your chest down. And for the power up, pushing through your hands to bring your elbows in and lift your chest up. So I'm not straightening my elbows out, they stay bent, but I'm pushing my chest up. So that's our power move. If you're seated, as a reminder, you're doing the power up, leaning down and then squeezing your arms back if you're sitting in your chair. Let's do 10 of these together. Let's count up by threes as we do them. Ready? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, and 30. So this is our starting position for the next power move. So for our power rock, my elbows are still under my shoulders and I'm reaching up and across with wide fingers, resetting back in the middle, reaching up and across to the other side. If you're seated, the move looks similar in your chair where you're leaning up and across to reach across your body and switching sides. So reaching to both sides, sitting up in your chair. All right, let's alternate these. Let's count backwards by twos. Starting at 40, we'll end at 2. So this will be 40, reset back in the middle, 38, 36, 34, 32, 30, 28, 26, 24, 22, 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, and 2. All right, moving on to our power twist. So for the power twist, start on one side. My bottom leg is going to be straight and my top knee is bent. My arms are out in front of me. So for the move, I'm opening up to stretch this top arm down without lifting my knee. So you want to keep this knee down and then twisting back together. If you're seated, you're opening up for that power twist, turning to clap, and then opening up and resetting. Let's all stick to the same side first, and then we'll switch arms. Each time trying to stretch a little bit further. You can count up by 5s this time. This will be 5 together. 10 together. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and 50. All right, roll to your other side and we'll switch directions. Bottom leg is straight, top knee is bent. Arms are straight out in front of you. Let's start at 50 and count backwards back to 5. 50. 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and 5. Last move is our power step. So we're back in that starting position where your elbows are tucked under your shoulders with your arm stepping out and stepping in. Or if you're seated, stepping with your leg out and in. Let's do 20 here, alternating side to side. For this, why don't we count up by tens? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, and 200. All right, we're going to stay down here for our next few moves. We're going to work on some more posture. So the first one we're going to do is similar to the swimmer move we did at the wall. So for this one, I'm going to start with my arms out in front of me. I'm going to lift my arms up, squeeze my elbows back, arms come back out, and then arms come down. So you can do the same concept if you're sitting, where you want to raise your arms up overhead, still bring your elbows down like we did with the swimmer. Raise your arms back up overhead and then down. All right, let's go through 10 repetitions of this. Lift up, elbows down, back up, and rest. That's 1, up, down, up, 2, up, down, up, 3, up, down, up, 4, up, down, up, 5, up, down, up, 6, up, down, up, 7, up, down, up, 8, up, down, up, 9, up, down, up, and 10. Looks good. So for the next move, this will be a swimmer. So I want you to lift your opposite arm and leg together. So if I lift my left arm, I'm going to lift my right leg up, and then I'm going to switch right arm and left leg. So if you're in your chair, you probably will get more from this if you go into standing, so that you'll be able to kick your leg backwards. And the same concept, you want to lift your opposite arm and opposite leg backward together, like we're doing on our stomach here. And so if you're standing, you're not going to step, you're just kicking it back. Looks like the couple of you who moved up to standing are figuring that out. So let's do 20 here. If this position is hard on your shoulders, you can always bring your elbows back to the sides and lift from here. That's going to be an easier position on your shoulders. But let's do 20 together, alternating side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, for the next two exercises, we're gonna roll onto our backs. So I'm gonna move my mat so you have a better angle. If you're comfortable joining us laying down on your back, we're gonna move into this position next. You can also do these moves sitting down. We're gonna start with a bicycle twist. So I'm not gonna put my hands behind my head because I don't want to crank on my neck, but I'm gonna have my hands kind of in front of my chest here. And I want you to twist and bring your opposite elbow to your opposite knee and then switch. So you're crunching your shoulders up and you're bringing that opposite knee down towards you. So going side to side, you can do the same thing if you're sitting. Let's do 20 bicycle twists here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, really trying to twist your body. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So next we're going to move on to a Russian twist. So my legs are going to stay bent for this. I'm lifting my shoulders just a little bit off of the mat so that I can twist. Actually, take that back. Come up into a sitting position, arching back a little bit, and you're going to twist from side to side here. So I'm keeping my hands clasped like I'm holding onto something. You could hold a weight for this. Keeping my knees bent. I'm just crossing my ankles. You can keep them flat or crossed, and I'm going to twist side to side. So it's easier the more you're sitting upright, and it's harder the more you're leaning back. So find an in-between where you feel challenged. If you're sitting in your chair, try to scoot to the edge of the chair so that you can get that little bit of a lean back without using the back of your chair. So let's do 20 twists here. I'm finding a lean that's a little bit challenging for me where I feel my core engaged, and I'm going to twist side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, sit up, take a rest from that. I want to do that Russian twist one more time. Final core exercise today. So come back, find that starting position again, find that challenging position. 20 more twists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, make your way back up to your chair. We'll finish with our seated stretching. Grab some water, make your way back up. We'll finish with some cool down stretches here. Give everyone another minute to make their way back. So most people are finding their way. Let's do a couple overhead reaches. Big inhale, exhale down. Inhale, you can look up at your fingers. Exhale, chin to chest. One more. Inhale up. Exhale, chin to chest. We worked our shoulders a lot, so let's stretch our shoulders today. Bring one arm across your chest. Hold the other arm close towards you. Stretching out the back of your shoulder. Let's count here for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch arms. One arm across your chest. Hold the other one close towards you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's stretch out our neck. Bring your ear down towards your shoulder. Keep this shoulder down so you can either push it down or hold onto your chair to help it stay down. This hand comes up to give a gentle pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Roll your head to the other side. Pushing this shoulder down or holding onto your chair. And gentle pull with your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Roll your head back to the middle. Let's do 10 movements with our neck. Looking up as far as you can, and then bringing chin to chest 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Drop your hands to your knees. Let's do a cat-cow. So I'll show from the side. So I want to arch my back and then let my back drop down. So I'm not bending my elbows. They stay relatively straight as I round out through my back and then drop down. Do 10 more. 1. Let's look good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's do a twist. So reaching one hand for the back of your chair and hold here. Try to keep your posture up tall while you're twisting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Back to the middle and stretch to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's stretch out our hamstrings. One knee is straight out in front of you. Keep that knee straight. Gently bend forward at your hips till you feel a pull on the back of your leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch. Keep that knee straight, bend forward at your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we'll finish there. Thank you guys for exercising with me. Like I mentioned, Jamie will be covering for me next week, but then I'll be back the following. Have a good rest of your week. Enjoy this cooler weather.
Yes, you enjoy too. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie.
Thanks, Katie.
Thank
Great job
you.
as usual.
Katie, I always know I have to eat a good breakfast before I eat one of your classes.
Ooh, I'd love to hear that.
Enjoy your day.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys. Have a good
Katie.
one.
Good job.